Hello, welcome to Mental Health Administration 6513. I'm Melissa Doan, and this is our syllabus review. You can see here is the information of how to contact me, whether through text or email, your program mission statement, and here is a lot of the information that I've already provided with links to articles within Canvas that you can see. Your CACREP standards are next. If you want to see how each assignment meets a CACREP standard as a requirement to stay CACREP accredited. So that's all of our competencies, and the next part we're going to get down to is the information that you actually want to see here. And this is the signature requirements. Your signature assignment in this class is an ethical dilemma. You have been provided 3 or 4 ethical dilemmas to choose from. You'll watch the ethical dilemma in a video, and then you will do the 8-piece decision-making model as you go through that process of what you're going to do and why and what you've thought about. There are parts of it where you'll need to cite sources. You should probably cite any state or ACA type of codes, MBCC type codes that you use. Those will probably be where your resources will come in. It's due in Module 7. And then our next assignment, excuse me, our next assignment just goes down and shows you how every discussion board is very specific. It tells you what you're going to be doing in each discussion board, how much it's worth, and what it's about. And one of the most important things here is when you respond to these discussion boards, I do not give points. So if your discussion board is worth 60 points, that means that what your post is worth 50, and then you get 5 points per response. If you do not respond as indicated with your response to a peer, you will not get any points. You will only get the 50 points, or how much of the 50 points you've earned. Stating that that person did a really good job, you really enjoyed their post, or just regurgitating what they just said is not feedback. So I ask that you are asking a question, you are discussing differences. So I gave you very specific directions on how to respond, and if that is not followed, you will not get those points for responses. So just make sure that you read all the way through and how you're supposed to respond to each other. We don't want the discussion boards to feel worthless. So they need to be very specific in what we're reading and how we're responding. So this part right here in your syllabus is just going through each discussion board, breaking it down to what it is, which is also in every module. So I'm not going to read through all these, but you have 7 discussion boards, 1 for each module. And then you have 1 quiz. It's a really short quiz. It's only 10 points. You have a lecture video that goes over record keeping, documentation, and billing ethics, and then you'll take a short quiz over that. Okay, so there we're getting through the last discussion board. Now some of the discussion boards will build on each other, so you might use the one previously to add more to it. But there is 1 in each section. Your total points for this class is 500 points. Here's all your academic statements from the college, from the university. Your academic integrity, how to question a grade using AI. So let me say this. If you use AI, you need to get permission for what you're using. It shouldn't look like AI wrote your paper. And it is pretty obvious when someone writes one way and then turns in a paper that is way different than their writing. So make sure that you are taking the time just to say the information yourself. Don't try to do this kind of stuff in AI. You'll get punished for it, and then the AI and plagiarism is turned on for your paper. There's the disability statement. If you have any type of disability, it's your responsibility to take it to the ADA office. And there's the information. We don't actually have a final exam in here, but it's part of the actual syllabus. My suggestion to you is some of the videos are lengthy. Some of them are YouTube videos. Some of them are lecture videos, so it's a mix. Just to give you the information from the PowerPoints, they are pretty lengthy. I would suggest you listen to them while you're doing some kind of activity, whether you're trying to fold some clothes or make dinner. Take the time, or even traveling, like if you have a decent commute, take time to listen to them so the information can soak in. This is a really difficult class if you try to do everything on Sunday night. It'll make it really hard because you're not allowing your brain to process the information. So give yourself some time. Here at the end here, we've got a very specific detail of your signature assignment. This is of the ethics paper. You did something similar to this in your ethics class. However, the difference here is make sure that when you are looking at these scenarios and you are writing this paper, the key to this is you are writing this paper from the supervisor's point of view. So if you have a clinician that came to you with the problem that you're watching on this video, how would you advise your clinician? So you are the supervisor in this scenario. Well, how would you handle it? And so there's the 8 steps. You have to have all these 8 steps in the action plan. And there's the rubric that we use to go by that. So you'll know that's how you're being graded and the points that you're being graded on. And then it's broke down here in modules of what's due each week with the dates. Class always ends on Sunday. There is a few things that might be due before. I wouldn't wait till Sundays to do your post, because then you're going to have to wait for somebody else to post so that you do your response. But everything is due on Sunday. I grade on Monday, so you'll always expect me to have your grades in at some point on Mondays. The only time that may not happen is if it's a bunch of drafts being turned in on Sunday night. I might not get through them all on Monday. And that is mental health administration. Again, if you'd like to meet with me, make sure that you provide me with what it's about, the content. Make sure that you tell me that you're in this time zone, because I'm in Central Time. So it's really important with online classes that when you make an appointment with me and we're trying to schedule something, I know what time zone I'm working with. So make sure you give me your time zone. If you want to do a quick phone call, if you want to do a Google Meet, and what your availability is over the next couple days. That's really important to me for efficiency. In all honesty, it's very frustrating to me when a student texts me or messages me and says, hey, I really need to talk to you, have any time? And then I message them back, and then I don't hear from them for like a day or so. And the reason that becomes frustrating is because a lot of times by the time I get an appointment or offer them an appointment and they respond, that appointment's no longer available. So just let me know what your availability is, what time zone you're on, if you want to do a phone call or a Google Meet. That way, when I respond to you in your email, all I have to do is actually send you back the appointment time. And that makes it much more efficient for both of us. If you have any questions, or you feel overwhelmed, or you don't understand the directions, or you get confused, please take time to just shoot me an email or set up a contact to go over all the different discussion boards. And one of the things that I value the most, because this is a class that I created, so I really value you taking the time at the end of the course and doing the course evaluation to say what worked well, what needs to be improved, what feedback can you give me to improve this course. is greatly appreciated. So please take time to fill that out. As instructors, we really appreciate when people take the time to give us feedback on the courses that we're teaching, especially for me for this one since I'm this course steward. Thank you, and I'll see you in class.